Welcome to week 6. Can you imagine it is already this far? We have got 3 weeks left. This is amazing to me. The weather's getting a little bit colder, it's starting to feel like fall, right? And we're racing into the end here. Super excited about what we've been doing. Let's take a look at module number 6, the researching the conversation. So, the module this week, we're kind of shifting gears a little bit and we're bringing in a whole new piece. Up to this point, we've been dealing with readings that you have been given. You had the closed reading themes. You picked from that. You dealt with that. We did different things with them. Today or this week, we're going to start to bring in other voices to the conversation. And I really like that term conversation because at this point, we're listening to more voices. We want to hear what more people have to say about your chosen topic. So, in Module 6, Researching the Conversation, we're starting this process of research, looking around and finding new pieces of research, new voices, new ideas, and to be able to start to use them in a way that back up your position, back up your claim, and help you argue your point better. So if we look over here, this is leading us up to writing project number 3, which is argument. And we're going to get a lot more of this as we go along, but I think it's important to start thinking about this process now. The half draft of this will be due on week 7, with the final draft due on week 8. And check those due dates on that so you can see that where those are at. The idea of the researched argument essay is that you are going to be stating a position. You are going to be backing up that position using your the readings that you have from the closed theme and the research that you have had, and then using those kinds of rhetorical strategies to promote your position. We're going to have a strong thesis statement. This clearly states your position and the thing that you're trying to argue, the thing you're trying to get people to buy into. We're going to use that introduction to get the reader's attention. We're also going to use that to set the tone, right? So we really want people to see not just where we're going to go, but how we're going to get there. And then we're going to present our arguments in a way that is organized, is effective, and helps promote your position. Okay. And again, that half draft will be due on week 7, with the final draft due on the following or last week. Okay. And again, just be checking those due dates as you go along. The big writing assignment for this week or this module will be the mini annotated bibliography. And what we're doing is we are using these annotations, this process of really investigating a source through what you are finding today. We're using that process to evaluate what you find this week. One of the things I think is kind of you want to note before you start. How do you research? I think a lot of times when people are writing a paper and they have to have 3 sources, they do a quick search, find something, copy it, paste it, stick it in, right? And a lot of times, I'm not going to say that's okay necessarily, but I think a lot of times it gets the thing across. But when we're doing argument, we're really trying to find the best sources that really help promote our position, really help persuade the audience, and really help kind of, push the needle, right? And so you want to make sure that you don't just have information that fits, but you want to have the best possible source to really help validate and back up your claim. And that's what we're looking at here. So in the mini annotated bibliography, in this research project, you're going to use the library databases, and it gives you the link right here. And you've already, by this point, you've already done an exercise to get you, to help you find those sources. You're going to find 2 sources, and then you're going to annotate them. Now, the annotations have 2 parts to them. 3 parts, really. I mean, first is the citation, either in MLA or APA style. And then you're going to have, you're going to write an evaluation annotation of each source. So first, you're going to start with a concise description and summary of the source. Here, what you want to think about is, how would you retell this to somebody else? Like if you said, I found this really amazing article about whatever, and I'll be like, really? What was it about? When you retold it, that's the summary. Now, are you giving every single minor point? No. Are you using every detail that? No. But what you are is you're hitting those main points. This article by so and so, what was his, what was it about? What were the main points? What were the main arguments? Right. Um, as you think about that, and that retelling, how could you retell it in a way that the receiver of that message understood enough about it that they understand why you felt the way you did about it? Okay. The second part then starts to deal with the credibility, the balance, the bias, and how you think you could use this. Okay. So you can start with like, this is a really useful article because it explains what? The background. It helps bolster my position by showing whatever. How do you plan on using it? Is it a rebuttal? Like, hey, here's what I believe. Here's what other people believe, but let me show you why that may not be the strongest position, right? What is that author's credibility, or what is that publication's credibility? When you look at that article, there's a reason people buy into it, right? You have to show the audience that. You have to show the reader why it's something to believe in. It's not just, oh, there's a person there that I put a quotation mark around, but give those credentials. And doing this helps you go through that process of discovering that. And then what is its balance or bias? In other words, where's it coming from? Is it a pro this? Is it a con that? Are they focused on this aspect or this aspect? What are they really looking at? This process of annotations really helps you look at the source and make some critical decisions like, is this a good source? Is it usable, and why? We will also then be doing the discussion board this week. And for this, you'll be doing right down here in your initial post. You'll be introducing your peers to the relevant background reading, including your close theme or source that you have found. Okay. So we're going to start a new post, and it walks you through what you need to be doing here as to what you want, what you're going to be sharing with your readers. In your responses, again, we're looking to further the conversation. Okay. What we want to do is we want to make sure that the initial post is a starting place. Here's somebody's ideas. Your replies then expand on that. I really like what you said here. This was an interesting point. Here's my experience with it. Here's some questions that I might have about it. And here there are some ideas, some things to address. I don't expect to see all of these being used in your reply, but I expect to see several of them. And again, this isn't like a Q&A, like here's an answer, here's an answer, here's an answer, but they're things to make you start thinking. But in the end, what we really want to think about is, does this expand the conversation? Does it expand the idea that we were dealing with? Okay. Again, also with the discussion boards, please remember, and I posted it before, think about how you can maximize your points. Post this early, do the replies later. One of the criteria is that you're using multiple days to do your postings. Okay, that really helps you out. Plus, also that allows other people to have things to post about. And instead of like one person, the first 3 people posting, and then they're just posting on each other, and then the next thing you know, the first 3-4 posts have like tons of responses, and other people don't have it. Try to find people that don't have as many responses, but spread it out. Try to use different days to get those on. What I would like to, again, I just want to continue, encouraging you. You guys are doing some great work. Some things are looking really amazing. I'm impressed by what you guys have been up to. Keep it up. Remember, we are getting now to the end of the semester. And you do have to kind of be thinking very carefully about protecting yourself. I know that some of you have had, some medical things to work through lately. But you do need to make sure that if something does arise at the end of the semester, you are early on communicating with me and your advisor, just saying, hey, here's what's going on. You don't want to get caught short, or you don't want to get caught where everything ends and then you're just like, oh, wait, this thing was going on, right? So please make sure you're taking care of yourself, protecting yourself and your academics, and making sure that you're keeping up. so that you don't get in a tight spot there at the end. It would be really sad if you did a lot of really good work all semester and then something happened at the end that made it look not as impressive as what it was. Hey guys, keep up the good work. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Again, email is the best way to do that, but feel free to call me or text me if you need to. I look forward to seeing what you do this week. Good luck, guys.